Okay, in the studio with us today, the subject of today's interview is a man that definitely needs no introductions. The one, the only, the great Bob Marley. Welcome, Bob. Welcome to the studio. Thank you. Thank you for having me. You're welcome. You're welcome anytime, Bob. Yeah, thank you, man. Okay, so obviously the first subject can't be anything other than reggae music. Tell me a little bit about reggae, Bob. Yeah, well, Jamaican people play. It's like musician from Jamaica play the music. Like musician from you might find black musician from America play the funk or the blues. People down here they play reggae music. Okay, can it be copied quite successfully outside Jamaica? Well, the way I feel about the music, it can be copied, but it no copy direct. It's the feel. It carry a feel. If you ask plenty musician, them know it, but them can't do it. So people still search for the truth here, which this reggae music, bring cross to them. And the only purpose it serve is to tell the people about the Rastafari. Okay, did you always intend being just a reggae musician, or had you played rock music and soul music before? Well, in a sense, me really used to listen to lots of music. I mean, first time, used to listen to music we play on the radio. And we couldn't afford to buy records, so we listened to the radio, and anything on the radio play is what we hear. So I wasn't really into them thing. I was into they call it spiritual music, 'cause it got me revolutionized. Um, how long have you been a Rasta? Well, I've been a Rasta from ever since. But it's not how long you've been a Rasta, it's how long it take you to grow. Because what you is what you is. From beginning to end. You never change, 'cause even if you adapt things later, your own fate are right out. So we are just Rasta from creation. It's not an easy thing to explain. We've got educated standards and we still have people who can't do it. But me a common sense man. That mean when we explain things, we explain it very, very simple way. That me explain to a baby. The baby understand. So we are saying now like the Bible. The Bible say, God say, he shall return as the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Conqueror, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, and him shall come in a new name, and his new name shall be dreadful among the heathen. Okay, so tell me, how important are the dreadlocks? This, this my identity, man. Yeah, this my identity. Do you have to have dreadlocks if you're a Rasta? Well, if you're a Rasta, then you wouldn't say why you shouldn't have it. 'Cause freedom is freedom and you don't have to bow. You do whatever you like, but it's not a thing to say, I wouldn't like to be a Rasta because I wouldn't like to have this. You dig? It can't be a thing like that. That would be a foolish thing. You yourself know that it's God create. And I don't want no life, no obligation. That means you're your own man. That's the first time you hold yourself. You do what you want to do. Anything people want to say about you, you don't care, because you know what I mean? Even then, we still have a comeback. Okay, so I wanted to ask you about what can sometimes be considered a controversial subject, ganja, weed. Tell me a little bit about that. Well, you gotta accept the herb, and the more you accept the herb, is the more you accept Rastafari. You hear what me I say? Me who accept herb, herb is important, but herb is more important to the people who no accept it yet, cause that's the reality. I mean, We know seldom something that you crave, but it makes sense to me say herb. Um, Herb's a plant. I mean, herbs so good for everything. Why these people want to do so much good for everyone who call themselves government and this and that? Why them say you must never use the herb you see? And we take that and we can't find. We just see them just say no, no, you must not use it because it make you rebel. Against what? Against men own crave. Cause them crave for the things like, say them have some material things and them want to captivate your mind and tell you, say, well, you have to work and we'll put you on pension and them keep it all. So, or make you look upon yourself and instead you want to work for the man and you want to feed one of the man too. Not in the sense of how him is, but in a sense that why should you have to bow to these things? Um, okay. Do you have to smoke to be a Rasta? Nah, man. But in this time, I mean, like, how you stance? You reach a sense where you're strong enough. You can take a little smoke. Sound of the Malakar to pass. Although you live in a city, you don't hear it. Cause you're thinking, your friend leave you, just live so. You know, the whole world confuse you and you're worried and you don't have time to think. Herb is a thing to give a little time to yourself so you can live, if you can use it. What about alcohol? Man, alcohol make you drunk, man. It don't make you meditate, it just make you drunk. When you drink alcohol, you don't meditate. You're more giddy headed. Herb is a consciousness. It must create problems for you though. When you go to different parts of the world, different countries where, perhaps it's outlawed. Well, it's just like what we say. It's just, me don't care. You see the people who make it outlawed, but it's a few. Majority of people upon the earth wants it. It's just a few because guns and prisons and the bad life treats you bad, so people kinda. But me want some people power, and the only people power is Rastafari. Well, the media, yeah, if I were in the newspaper, I would do a lot of interviews because what I want to say, I get across. But when you talk to somebody, you have to go to someone and it must be healthy for the business. And if it's too militant, them try to spread a type of propaganda. You know the media. Control. Um, you were badly hurt once because of what seemed to be some political type shooting in your home country, Jamaica. Do you see dabbling in politics a good idea for someone in your position? Well, you say dabble in politics, but I don't know what that is. You say stand up and talk for me rights. I know what that is, see, and I don't care who the guy is. Because my right is my right. Like my life, All me have is my life. That means that I can say I don't want or I don't want to do this. When I check it out, the biggest man was a baby one time. So I don't know when they get all these big ideas. I want to be ruler, I want people and helping force. Devilism. Can't dig it. I can't take it. Me a rebel man. Me a revolutionist. Is that the way you see yourself? Yeah. Me see myself as a revolutionary who don't have no help and not take no bribe from no one. Me fight it single-handed. The music. Rasta the future see. Rasta's the future escape. Okay. Um, I want to thank you very much for coming on the show today. And obviously, Bob, you're welcome anytime. Anytime you can come back. Thank you, man. I really, really appreciate you having me. Hey, it's no problem. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the great Bob Marley.